Jalen, what is your thought on this enormous move with the acquisition of Bradley Beal?
This is amazing for the Washington Wizards. You lose John Wall. We realize you're going to go into the lottery this year. They did a great job with their first-round pick this year. You got to keep your fan base. I agree with the guys at the table with signing Jalen Ramsey to go to the Rams. You got to put bodies in the seats. You got to make people think when they're spending their hundreds and thousands of dollars to come watch your product that you at least have some quality people on the court, on the field. Bradley Beal continues to improve. I like this move for the Wizards.
It gets the community, too. Wale was here yesterday. He was saying how much he loves Bradley Beal, right? Hometown guy being there. And my thing is now that the East is open, guys. Like, if Philly doesn't win it this year, what's going to happen in Philly? Are there any moves with the Celtics being made? You know, what's going to happen with Toronto? What's going to happen with Milwaukee? Like, if you have one of the best backcourts in the league, you're going to have a chance to be at the top of the East.
And also, Grinny, if you look at the scope of the Eastern Conference, there's only a handful of guards that are guaranteed to possibly make the All-Star game. Bradley Beal is one.
Yes.
That's 25-plus points. That's 5+ assists, 5+ rebounds. That is terrific for the Washington Wizards and their front office to actually get a deal done in these dire times when players get unhappy with their situation. Stephon Diggs in the NFL misses practice, it costs himself $200,000 and catches 3 touchdowns. He's really happy. Jalen Ramsey hurts his back, wants to watch his kid be born, goes to see a back specialist, misses his first 5 games since high school. I bet he played this Sunday.
Yeah.
So for them to re-sign Bradley Beal, that's a great move for the team.
It's again, and it's one that will have ramifications across the league because I think a lot of teams were planning on trying to bring him in and put him together with their stars. John Calipari, of course you know who he is, coach of Kentucky, was asked about the future of the NBA draft and the impact a potential expansion would have on the future of college basketball. And here's what he had to say.
Anybody supports more rounds in the draft. Those more rounds are to get kids to go to the G League. You do not care about college basketball or you're trying to ruin college basketball. This is about what are we encouraging a 9th or 10th grader to do. If you're for more than the 2 draft rounds in the NBA, you all know that's to draft for the G League and encourage kids not to go to college.
Interesting. Now, these comments come a day after Coach K suggested that more rounds in the NBA draft were a potential likelihood with the G League increasing its impact on the league. So that's where you have sort of Coach K and Calipari, the 2 biggest guys when it comes to putting players into the league, taking somewhat opposite positions, I think, on this. At least that's the way I interpreted it. What do you think?
I disagree with Calipari. I think that you can have extra draft. You can do more drafts, obviously. But I think whatever rights you have, like, let the kids go to college for 2 years. Same thing we do with international basketball, like Dario Saric did, right? He got drafted, but the team owned his rights while he was able to participate, allow kids to participate in college while NBA team owns your rights.
So we're going to go Coach K and Coach Cal here. I disagree with my handsome brother with his amazing suit this morning. And here's why. Because as a founder of a charter high school, right, he said the buzz sentence for me. I don't want 10th graders to feel like I'm going to be a 4th-round NBA draft pick because 98% of the time, they don't play in the NBA. And usually, let me tell you a sentence that no young person in the United States of America has ever echoed. I can't wait to play in the G League.
I hear you.
But wait a second. Luka Doncic was a pro before he was a pro, right? He was as a kid. My thing is, you can own their rights, but if you go in the 3rd, 4th, or 5th round.
But here's the problem. Now, all of a sudden, a player in college who's not allowed to be paid or compensated as someone else owns his rights. That will have to change.
Changing.
The entire concept of amateurism would have to change.
And Luka Doncic, as an international prospect, isn't required to do anything after high school. So therefore, he's been playing pro since he was 13. These are a lot of kids that won't be playing pro until they leave high school. That's a big difference in experience.
But Green, amateurism has never been amateurism.
No, I understand that, but they still call it that. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.